Lee, after what's been a topsy-turvy 2020, not in just football, in all things, one last game to contend with, and it's a big one against Coventry.
Yeah, huge game. We're both in the same position in the league. So yes, it's as big for them as it is for us, and we know that we've gone halfway through the fixtures now, and we've got to go and try to better our result against the teams that we've played so far this season. So yeah, it's a huge game. The players know that, staff know that, and looking forward to it. This is why we play football.
When we last spoke, we sort of had a feeling that this last game before the turn of the year might be the game we'd have the Bees fans back in for the first time this calendar year, but we're going to go the whole calendar year without having our fans in, which is obviously a big disappointment.
Unfortunately, yeah, we were so close to getting the fans in. It would have been a good one to finish off on, but unfortunately not, and people have to follow it from home. But yeah, I mean, it's a shame. We have to go out there, and it's the same as it has been all season. So the players are just going to try to end the year on a high after what's been a tough year on and off the pitch.
We know what Coventry are about. They've obviously got the upper hand of us on the opening day. How much will that play in our minds? We want to get revenge and sort of atone for that opening day defeat.
100%. The girls have been, spoke about the game since it happened, and we reviewed it, and we're probably still feeling the effects of that opening day defeat. And we started really well and had some good chances, and they caught us on the break. They've got some really good players. They've got players in the front three that could probably get involved in most sides in the championship. So we know they've got a real strong goal scoring threat. But we've been getting better and better, especially here. We're 3 unbeaten. We haven't conceded goals here recently as well. So we need to use our home advantage. You need to use the fact that we are developing and progressing as a side. And we obviously have played loads of games recently. Coventry have been playing games. We've had to sit there and watch and see how they're getting on. But yeah, I think the players are massively still hurting from that first game of the season. But we have to be aware of the qualities they've got. They beat us on the day, and that was fair and square. But if we can start like we did last time against them, but take the chances we get, then we could put ourselves in a very good position.
It's now a long break after Sunday till we play again with a Christmas break. Christmas dinner always tastes nicer with 3 points. How important is it we go into that break with a win?
It is massive, it's massive. Well, we spoke about this before we went into November, and we said that we wanted to be in a position, as you say, eating our Christmas dinner, having our Christmas pudding in a good position. And 6 weeks ago, if you told me we'd be in this position, as far as it being in our hands, as with an opportunity to make a little bit of a gap from the teams below us and go into Christmas, third bottom from where we were at, it is a massive incentive for us and as staff and players. So yeah, we're pleased that we've done well enough to get us into this position, that we can go and do that and then really kick on after Christmas. But there's no taking away. It's a massive game for both clubs.
Going to touch on Merrick Wilsaw. She's had an operation on her ACL. Good for her to be sort of back on the first steps to recovery, and Bonnie hopefully back in the new year too.
Yeah, 2 successful surgeries, and Merrick's obviously going to be a long-term one. Bonnie will be back after Christmas, so she's rehabbing now. Courtney Ward-Chambers has started training as well, so from a squad point of view, we'll get through this game, and then we roll into next year. We could have a couple of players back, which will be like new signings, and I'm sure there'll be teams out there strengthening whether we can, if we're in the position to. It's going to be tough, but if those players come back, they are going to be like new signings. As we say, Courtney hasn't played this season, Bonnie only played a couple of games, so it'd be great to have them back, and it's just good to see them out on the field rehabbing and doing stuff after the long period they've had out. And Merrick's obviously going to still go through that, but we're keeping touch, and she's still going to be a big part of the group and using her experience, and still one of the captains of the club.
Just lastly, you mentioned the home form previously, how good it has been since really end of October going into November. When we've got ahead, we seem to have always built in confidence. So is that opening goal going to be a decisive factor, do you think, on Sunday?
100%. We've gone ahead here the last 4 games. Obviously, Durham managed to turn it around against us in what was a good game and a good performance for us. We just unfortunately didn't get a point, at least, that we probably would have deserved on the day against a very good Durham side. That's what good sides do. So yeah, since then our home form has been good. We've got in front, and we've been able to defend better. We've said to the players, we need to score more goals. It's been our big thing this year. We haven't been able to put the ball in the back of the net as much as we did last season. And if you do score, you give your defenders, your midfielders, and everybody that's doing those defensive role that little edge that they need, just that little extra run, that little extra tackle, and also causes the other team to go on the back foot. So we know that if we can get in the lead, we've got the ability to shut teams out. As much as we've conceded too many goals this season, we have had 3 clean sheets already across all the competitions. So it's something we want to build on. And last season, we got the most bees we've ever had, and we could overtake that. So we're showing that we can be solid, but we've also shown in a couple of games that we can let ourselves slip a little bit as far as our conceded goals column. So yeah, front foot, get a goal, and make sure we don't give them any opportunities on the counter, because as we said, they got some very good players in their side.